In December 1872, a ship was found drifting in the Atlantic Ocean. Its sails were raised. Its cargo was intact. Its meals were half prepared. But every person on board was gone. No bodies, no blood, no signs of struggle. The captain's wife and child vanished with the crew, without sending a distress call, without leaving a single message behind. More than 150 years later, the ship's log ends mid-journey, and no one knows why an experienced captain would abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel in the open sea. This is the true story of the Mary Celeste, the ghost ship that never explained itself. The ocean does not remember voices. It records only movement and absence. In December of 1872, the Atlantic carried a vessel toward Europe. Her name was Mary Celeste. She was not a mystery ship. She was not cursed. She was ordinary. Her crew was experienced. Her cargo was accounted for. Her captain, Benjamin Briggs, was a disciplined mariner, traveling with his wife and young daughter. They departed New York bound for Genoa, Italy. Their log entries were methodical, weather conditions normal. Nothing suggested fear, urgency, or danger. And then, silence, the discovery. On December 4th, the British brig Dei Gratia sighted the Mary Celeste adrift in the mid-Atlantic. She was not damaged. Her sails were set. Her hull was intact. She floated calmly, directionless, but alive. When sailors boarded, they expected death. They found something worse. The ship was empty. No crew, no captain, no family. Personal belongings were untouched. Clothing hung neatly. Food remained in storage. Cargo, barrels of industrial alcohol, was secure. The lifeboat was gone, and the ship's clock had stopped. The last log entry was dated 10 days earlier. After that, nothing, a ship frozen in time. Investigators later described the scene as unnaturally calm. There were no signs of violence, no blood, no struggle, no indication of mutiny or piracy. The ship's navigation equipment remained functional. The galley was stocked. Beds were unmade, as if the crew had left in haste but not panic. A single anomaly stood out. The captain's sextant and navigation charts were missing. He had taken them. But why abandon a seaworthy ship? Theories emerged. Almost immediately, theories flooded in. Some suspected mutiny, but no motive was found. The crew had no record of conflict. Others suspected pirates, but nothing valuable was stolen. Cargo remained untouched. Insurance fraud was proposed, but Captain Briggs had no financial troubles. His family was aboard. No man orchestrates his own disappearance with his child in tow. Then came the environmental theories. The alcohol explosion hypothesis. The Mary Celeste carried barrels of denatured alcohol. Some barrels were found empty or leaking. One theory suggests fumes accumulated in the hold. A sudden pressure release or a small explosion might have convinced the crew the ship was about to detonate. They may have fled into the lifeboat, intending to return, but rough seas could have separated them permanently. There is no physical evidence of an explosion, only speculation, the rogue wave theory. Another theory suggests a massive wave flooded the deck. Terrified, the crew may have believed the ship was sinking, but the Mary Celeste showed no structural damage, no evidence of catastrophic flooding. The earthquake or seaquake theory, seismic disturbances in the ocean, rare but real, could have caused violent motion, convincing the crew to abandon ship. Again, no corroborating data exists. The supernatural shadow, with no satisfying explanation, the Mary Celeste entered folklore. Some claim the ship was cursed. Others suggested sea monsters, ghosts, or alien intervention. Arthur Conan Doyle fictionalized the event, exaggerating details and adding drama. His story shaped public perception for generations, but investigators found most of those details were fabricated. The reality was quieter, more unsettling. The logbook. The final log entry was mundane. Position coordinates, weather observations, routine navigation notes. No fear, no warning, no indication the captain believed something was wrong. Then the record stops. The crew never returned. The Mary Celeste was recovered, sold, and returned to service, but her story never faded. Captain Briggs, his wife, his daughter, and the crew were never found. No bodies, no debris, no lifeboat. The Atlantic absorbed them completely. The true anomaly, what disturbs investigators most, is not what happened. It is what didn't happen. No evidence of struggle, no damage, no clear motive, no logical sequence. The crew did not flee in chaos. They left deliberately, yet inexplicably. They abandoned safety for uncertainty, and they chose the open ocean over a functioning ship. Modern reassessment. Today, historians lean toward a rational explanation. A perceived threat, alcohol fumes, weather, or navigation error, may have triggered a cautious evacuation that became fatal, but certainty remains impossible. The Mary Celeste exists in a category of maritime anomalies that defy reconstruction. The unsettling conclusion. The ocean is filled with stories of ships that sink. The Mary Celeste is a story of a ship that didn't. A vessel that survived without its people. A journey that continued without its travelers. And a question that remains unsolved after more than a century. What convinced an experienced captain to abandon his ship in the middle of the Atlantic? Because whatever the answer is, it was terrifying enough to make him choose the unknown over survival, and the sea never gave them back. The Mary Celeste did not sink. She did not burn. She did not break apart in a storm. She simply continued, without the people who trusted her with their lives. Somewhere between New York and Genoa, a captain made a decision that no record can justify. A family stepped into the unknown. A crew vanished into an ocean that never testifies. We search for evidence, for logic, for a final moment of panic. But the Atlantic offers none. It keeps no witnesses. It returns no explanations. The Mary Celeste still sails through history as a contradiction, a ship that survived, and a crew that did not. And perhaps the most disturbing possibility is this, that the truth is ordinary, but lost forever in water too deep to confess.